My grandma Jeanette lived behind the BV winery in a little house, and she would play bridge and canasta until she was 96 years old driving her Red Rambler. So I had a very sheltered, controlled environment, and Charlie opened my eyes to the world. I'll never forget, I had a friend who encouraged me to run for supervisor, and Mayor Bob wasn't mayor then, and he and Susan over to the house for breakfast, and Bob and I talked, and he said, "I'll do it if you'll do it." And so I did. And wide-eyed and innocent, it's like having your first kid, you don't know what you're in for. But I'm grateful I did. There was a special moment, and I call it my John McKenna moment, because he was serving as a supervisor then, and both John and I served on the Water Sub-Conservancy. And so we had a meeting that particular night at the Legislative Building, and I said, and it was the night before the vote, and I said, "John, both of us come from a Catholic school background." And I said, "This isn't about us, this transcends us." And I knew John's base was not supporting this. And so I left it at that. And that's after a sleepless night, and should I do this? Should I? And so the next morning, I'm up at the podium, and John walks by getting to take his seat, and all he says is, "Damn that Catholic school education." And then we had the vote, and the rest is history. She reenacted that her dad was incarcerated, her mom got deported, she hid with her little brother because there was an ICE raid on their trailer development. And she stole formula from Walmart and went hungry. And that hit hard. And so when Charlie got home from work that night, I said, kids aren't going to ask. And I said, we've got to change this. This just can't be. So, as it would happen, Jeanette Bloom was retiring from the Supreme Court. She's an attorney. And she happened to be in the restaurant. And I was talking to her about this, and she said, "You know what? I'll help you with this." So we formed the nonprofit, and with the mission of growing, giving, and teaching for a healthier, greener, sustainable community. And that for me is, and I'll back up. My sister was a victim of domestic violence. She lost her life to that. So that being said, when I was asked to be on the sexual assault response team, I said, absolutely, I'd love to do this. To me, it was unconscionable that women, after suffering, a domestic violence incident, would have to travel to Reno for an exam. And I mean, we're talking people from Lyon County, from Douglas County, and Reno was the only opportunity. Ridiculous. And we're the capital city? No. We did a tour of the Reno facility, came back, many meetings, talked through it, decided that this was something that we could forward, and it exists today. So I'm really grateful that we were able to make that happen.